What in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
My health. I came to Casablanca for the waters.
The waters? What waters? We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
You're tearing me apart!
What?
You say one thing, he says another, and everybody changes back again!
It is the Al Travis Show, and we've got him, my good buddy Phil, and oh yeah, Senator Karin Housley on the program. Senator, how are you?
I am good. I was just flipping my camera around so you could see your buddy Phil over there on his phone. Yeah.
You let him know I'm doing okay. I know he wants to know how I'm doing. I'm fine. Just let him know. That's too funny. I was jealous and not jealous at the same time of your Facebook post from yesterday. You went to Charlie Kirk's funeral. If I get what is that what they called it? The actual funeral? I mean,
yep, it was his funeral. Yeah.
With I don't know, 120,000 other humans. Wow. Can you tell us about your day? I mean, I was impressed. I don't like being with that many people, so I don't think I would have done that well.
Well, I'm not a crowd person either. Being 5 feet tall, you can never see past someone's like middle of their back. And like, I don't even like going to the state fair for that reason. Well, yeah. This was like the state fair on steroids. Yeah, we got up, we got down to the State Farm Stadium at 5 a.m. Got there at 5 a.m.
5 in the morning?
5 in the morning.
What time did it start? At 11 o'clock or something, did it?
11 o'clock. Started at 11 o'clock. They said the doors would open at 7. And I was like, okay, 5 a.m. should be good. Oh, no, we got there at 5 a.m. First of all, there's no parking. They took the whole parking lot for an NFL stadium, and that's where they held us people in the cage. And everybody, you had to find parking on the street. So we parked like a mile away, and that was luckily I had a little Volkswagen Bug convertible, so I could find a spot. But I mean, they planned this in a week, so to get 80,000 people into that stadium and go through security without tickets, so nobody had tickets.
Oh, it was first come, first serve.
So first come, first serve. So I mean, I was not going to go at 1 in the morning. I thought 5 was pretty early, but you're trying to count the people, and can we get in there? Are we going to be in there? Are we going to get cut off? You get cut off. And then you go to the hockey arena next door and you can sit in there. Well, that was full too. They ended up filling it, but 5 hours on the asphalt pavement, people were dropping like flies. They're fainting, throwing up, fainting. They're calling for medics all the time. So then the crowd had to move. You're feeling everybody's sweat and breath.
Oh,
and
no.
It was like, and vomit smell. It was, I couldn't even believe I was standing there. But we knew if we got inside, it would all be worth it.
Yeah.
And we did. We got inside, and then it was air conditioning, and there was food, and there was water. So it was, So it was 5 hours outside. We didn't get in the building until 9:30, so 4.5 hours outside.
Wow.
And then the funeral started at 11. When we got, when you get those seats when you go to a concert and you can barely see the stage because you're right next to the stage.
Yeah.
That's where we found 2 empty seats. But they ended up being the best seats because the whole VIP section were Elon Musk and Jason Aldean and everybody was sitting like right. So I was looking at them, but I could crank my head and then I could see the stage. So, and then it was 5 more hours of, the whole VIP GOP speakers list, and then Mrs. Erica Kirk. It was unbelievable.
Let me ask you this. Representative Hudson called it a revival. He thought it was the most amazing 5 hours because he watched it on the tube. Every single person brought up Jesus Christ and our Lord, and he said it was a revival that I don't know that the world's ever seen anything like that, because this was actually sent around the world, on TV stations. What was the feeling you had when it was all done, when you were there? What were the emotional roller coasters?
It's funny when you just said that, I got the chills again because, being inside that building, first, the Christian music that they started out with was, I don't listen to Christian music all day, but my niece does. It was so beautiful. It was like the biggest rock. My husband's listening because I haven't told him this whole story. It was like the
Phil,
biggest
come on
Christian-
over, sit down, let's chat.
He says you should come on over and chat. I think he's thinking about golf. But the music brought you to tears, and then to see from Marco Rubio, Tucker Carlson. I mean, I even like started to like Tucker Carlson again. All of the young kids that are part of Turning Point. Then JD Vance and Tulsi Gabbard, and then the woman who gave Charlie Kirk his first loan for Turning Point, Rebecca Dunn. They all brought up Jesus and Christ and Spirit filling the building. And this was the largest Turning Point event that they had ever organized. And Charlie, we even did it without Charlie. He would be so proud. It was just, I just got the chills again because it was, and so you're looking around and you're like, is this really happening? But just seeing the vigils across the country, even in Stillwater and Hudson, thousands of people are coming out, and it's like, it's okay. It's okay now to that. I don't usually put that kind of stuff on my Facebook, but I'm kind of with Walter Hudson and go, you know what? I can do that. I am going to do that. I'm not going to keep this private anymore, how I feel about Jesus.
Don't hate me for this, and don't send my buddy Phil after me for this, but you really weren't Charlie Kirk's audience he was going for. I mean, you and I, that's for the kids in college, just out of college. Your niece that you took, was it because of her? I mean, she fits the mold more. Was she a Kirk fan beforehand?
Yeah, she was a Charlie Kirk actually followed her. She had never met him before, but he actually followed her. Yeah, she was a Charlie Kirk fan and followed his stuff. So she wanted to come. I was already in Arizona, and I thought, well, if Jenna comes, I will go. But if Jenna doesn't come, maybe I'll just watch it on the TV.
You might be the greatest aunt of all times. 4 hours in the sun and then in there for another 5. You might be the greatest aunt ever.
It was so worth it, though. It was the Super Bowl of all Christian events yesterday. And it was a Trump rally with God, all around. It was so cool.
Do you talk with your niece on how this is affecting all of them? My 3 boys were in that age, and they all knew Charlie Kirk. They all followed Charlie Kirk. I've seen his videos. I think I've watched a ton of his videos, most of them, I presume, but not that he was trying to talk to me. This revival, this wave. I mean, who's the last person that had 100,000 people at his funeral?
Not even Martin Luther King or John F. Kennedy. Yeah.
I can't think in those days. No. So there's something going on here. Do you think this is temporary, or do you feel a shift in politics the way we look at them today? What is your gut on, is this something that'll last?
I hope it'll last. I think it will, because even my own kids who aren't that into religion, they are religious, but they're not that. They kind of like had their eyes opened and are starting to move that way. So and the people that are at these vigils that I never knew how they stood on anything, and then posting that they're at these things, I'm like, whoa. And to see that Charlie Kirk wanted to get at least 20,000 chapters. That was his goal of Turning Point across the country. He was at 2,000 right now. Since his death, 64,000 chapters have requested to open. So like that tells you something. I just got the chills again. I don't know what's happening, but it's all good. It's all really, really good. And it makes me happy. And I was, after the whole event yesterday, I was kind of on a high, and I had to come home and process the whole day. I think something's happening.
Okay, love that. I want to talk a little bit more about it, whether you think there's some stickiness to it. And what I mean by that is, if you follow on X, you saw all those people. You see all these people say, I went and got baptized. I grabbed my Bible for the first time. I went to the church for this church. You see all that stuff. And literally the next post will be somebody who's singing or dancing or calling Charlie a racist or another thing. I just can't believe it's two completely polar opposites on the X. We'll talk about it. And I don't know, did you even get to see the Viking game? We'll talk about all that coming up next with Senator Karin Housley.
You need a friend at the Capitol who knows how to get things done.
And you're in luck, because that's exactly who we are, your friends at the Capitol, and we deliver results.
At Momentum Advocacy, we bring decades of experience in lobbying, public affairs, and crisis communications.
From local nonprofits to national corporations, we help you move policy, manage your media, and make your voice heard.
We're not just seasoned pros, we're essential partners.
Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol. Learn more at momentum-advocacy.com.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
Are you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS-SHOW.
We've got our Senator Karin Housley and my buddy Phil on the show with us today. When we went to break, what I find interesting and hard to believe is what you see on TV with 100,000 people and the number of people on X telling you that Charlie Kirk saved my life, I'm going to church, I'm doing all this. And literally the next X thing is how he was a racist or he was a this, and people literally dancing on his grave. How can we exist like this in this world? Both cannot be true. Are we going to see a political change in all this, that people will just stop?
I haven't seen that yet. I wish they would. Sometimes it even comes from one of your family members, say your sister, sends you that kind of stuff, and she's disappointed in your support for somebody like that. And as you're sitting there watching or at the funeral yesterday, you're like, how can somebody just completely ignore this? How can you look at your own sister and say, maybe I should look at that? Like, she's a good person. So if she's really like supporting this. Maybe there's, but I think this wall goes up, and this is in her case, and I think a lot of people's case. They hate Donald Trump so much. They hate Donald Trump, and anything that has absolutely even a little snippet to do with him, they're going to hate it, and they will not listen to you, even if they've got a memorial service going on down the street. No, now they're all of a sudden all bad people. So they're just isolating themselves in this bubble, and only like the Jimmy Kimmel thing. You hire people, you surround yourself with people that think like you, or keep feeding you more of that you don't even see that there's something else. 100,000 people at a funeral, and you're not going to open your eyes and go, maybe there's some. And it was all good stuff, all Christian stuff.
Yeah. Let's bring it back here to Minnesota. I know I would use this. We had the Hortman and the Hoffman shootings, and literally 2 weeks ago, our governor was kind of making fun. Labor Day. I almost got that phone call. We'll all get that call someday about the death of the president. And this is a guy who's been shot at twice, shot at, and almost another time. I don't believe he's going to stop the rhetoric. I know he's running for governor, but I don't see him taming that down. Could I be wrong? Will he prove me wrong? I think the 2026 election is going to show us which side wins this. Is it those that can whoop people up by continuing this racist, fascist comments, or will be the Christians who come out and say, brother, I think you're wrong, but I still love you?
Well, I hope it's the Christians that are all of a sudden emerging and seeing the light and what they're doing on the other side. I agree. I don't think Tim Walz is going to tone down his rhetoric at all. He is one angry man deep inside there. And I somewhere back whenever he had to be a kind person. I don't know when this all happened, because I even think when he went to Congress, he was much nicer than he is now. He's just turned into one angry man, and he just spews it. And to wish somebody dead and hope when he gets the phone call that our president is dead. Nobody wishes any good person doesn't wish anybody dead. And so it's just real unfortunate. And I don't know if it's that whole group or if there are some of them that are saying, maybe we don't have to listen to that anymore.
We'll see. We'll wait and see. Now, you were out doing the funeral. Did you at least tape the football game? Did you watch the Viking game? Did you get to see what was the best ball game we've had in years?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about Carson Wentz. I'm going to the game next week.
Are you really?
So yes.
Good for you.
So I cannot be on the show, but
well, thanks for that.
I didn't know, my mom would have killed me if she saw me on my phone during a funeral. But I was like, there was a break between speakers, and I was checking the Viking score and checking my ESPN fantasy football, letting the people around me know what the scores were for their game. Because, that long, 10 hours on your phone drains your battery.
Oh, yeah.
And it also drained my battery pack, too. So we were all on low battery. They don't have plugins at stadiums like they do on planes. But yeah, I was checking my phone to see that. So did you watch it in your garage and have your ribs and all that again?
I got home literally 30 minutes before the game. We were in South Dakota for a family reunion, but we left early so I could get home, lit a cigar, got the ribs going on the grill, sat down 5 minutes before the game. And 5 minutes into the game, you pretty much felt it was over. It was relaxation time. Yeah, we smoked cigars and just loved that game. It was fantastic.
So what do you think about next week's game against Pittsburgh in Dublin? That's with Carson Wentz now coming off this high. This is what I want to know. I want to know what I should expect.
The defense wins championships, and we have that defense. That defense showed what they could do. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get chased around like a madman. We're going to rock his world. Wentz has got another week. I mean, let's be honest. He did this with, 2.5, 3 weeks of time.
Yeah.
He gets another week. Not a lot of distractions, I presume, with you're not at home. And so he's got 2 weeks over there. I think we get 2 wins, but the big problem comes in, then what do? He now has you on a 3-game winning streak. You get a week off, another week to get ready. Do you really pull him out and let JJ come in for an Eagles game? I think we have 2 wins in Europe. That's what I think. I think we go undefeated in Europe.
Amazing. Yeah, then it would be great to have 2 great quarterbacks, wouldn't it? And I just love how all Minnesotans, when somebody says, I love Minnesota, I love the Vikings, like Carson Wentz did, then all of a sudden everybody, they love him too. If you love us, we love you. You're one of us now. So I think he's in for as long as he keeps winning. Yeah, they love that.
I agree. The other thing I just hate about it, we have 1 minute, is that's a 2:30 ball game for you in Ireland. 2:30 in the afternoon. Why can't that be at 5:30 or 6? in which case it's a noon game for me. Why am I getting up at 8:30 in the morning, 5:30 to start the ribs?
You know, I'm so sorry to put you out like that, but I think that probably had something to do with the Coke Stadium in Dublin, Ireland, and they get to pick the time, don't you think? Or do you think the NFL tells
We
them?
let them have that right now. Get out of here. We're starting at 6 o'clock, so it's a noon game for the people in Minnesota that want to watch this
I
stupid
know.
thing. That's just
Well, just get up, have some Bloody Marys.
There you go. Senator, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Love having you on.
All right, see you soon.
We won't see you next week. You just told me that. I got to make a mental note. Okay. We've got her. Senator Karin Housley.
If it's your turn to host a game,